It is one thing for Charlie Hebdo to profit from its own magazine. It is quite another for merchants and marketing firms to try to cash in on the tragedies that transpired in Paris. We've seen it before after Eric Garner's chokehold death in New York City. Also, after the 9/11 attacks, some people trying to trademark "I Can't Breathe" and saw a lot of the merchandise after the 9/11 attacks. Let's bring in Martha Pease. She is a PR specialist and CEO of DemandWorks.com. Thank you for being here. And Brian just brought us some really interesting reporting. We'll get to those numbers in a moment. What is your reaction, though, when we see someone trying to trademark Je suis Charlie or someone trying to trademark "I Can't Breathe" after Eric Garner's death here in New York City? Where's the line?
Well, it's a great question. There's a natural inclination for a market to move to where there's opportunity. And so it's not surprising that there's going to be a move to try to trademark something that everyone can identify with. I mean, there is an emotional need for people to kind of come together around a shorthand handle for how they're feeling and to share that feeling. But I think what's really interesting about this situation that we've seen over and over and over again is that there's a difference between exploitation and elevation.
I think that's an important point because as we got to your segment, we pulled up this picture of LeBron James wearing the "I Can't Breathe" shirt, right? That's not him selling it. He's not trying to trademark it. That's sending a message that he wants to send. But people did try to trademark "I Can't Breathe" for profit, for selling. And that's the line you're saying.
Right. I'm saying that's the line, and you'll see some exchange of dollars against the merchant part of it. But what you'll see sustaining is how you can elevate this opportunity to take a crisis and turn it into a real positive potential way to create a community discussion. And some of that will be through selling merchandise. Some of it will be through allowing people who can't get their hands on the Charlie Hebdo issue, having it sent to them by volunteers in Paris, which is a really extraordinary kind of action. I think, we saw something this summer with the ALS effort.
The Ice Bucket Challenge.
The Ice Bucket Challenge, which could have come off as a very kind of thin and superficial challenge. It raised $60 million.
It was incredible.
It was awesome.
It was incredible. Some of these numbers that our Brian Stelter has just gotten, for example, the graphic designer of Charlie Hebdo, right, saying that there have been 120 attempts to trademark the slogan for things like hats and T-shirts, even guns. And of course, saying, the graphic designer, it is horrible. It's a slogan of free speech. It has nothing to do with a brand. At the same time, if people get a legal trademark, people get a legal trademark.
Legal trademark, and they can pursue it and they can do with it what they want. But if you look at it from a consumer perspective, you have to believe, and history would prove, that sustaining a real interest in purchasing merchandise, just because you have a trademark for it, is going to wane over time. And what will stay with people is the meaning of the event and how they can continue to come together around it. I mean, we saw it with 9/11. We've seen it over and over and over again.
It's a very good point. And someone who did make some of those T-shirts, Je suis Charlie, telling us here at CNN, they did not mean to profit off of it, and then therefore donating all of the money to a cause, which is also something you can do. Thank you, Martha.